Gregor, and then I'll do a huddle for the written afterwards. If we want to start with questions for Rory, please. Thank you.
Rory, what are your reflections and emotions after that?
Obviously delighted to get the win. I think, I don't think we there was bits that we didn't do well in that game, but we got the opportunities in the first half that we took really well. We spoke a bit about momentum this week, and when it was with us, I think we really leaned into it and took the momentum well. So yeah, happy to get the win for sure.
How important was it to get back on track after the way the France game?
Yeah, exactly. Very different feelings towards in the change room and how the boys feel now compared to after 2 weeks ago. Even without bits where we didn't do well, to still get a win with a sort of 9-point margin, we're delighted with that.
Feel like you had a good level of control in the game?
I think it was scrappy to start with for sure. We sort of weathered that, made a few mistakes. Part of it was the sort of pressure England put us under, and then part of it was just I think we just made a few mistakes out there. So that's something we'll look to get better at. But I think Finn and Benny controlled the game really well and put us in the right places, and forwards went to work off the back of that. So. Yeah, it's class. Obviously game changing when he can just we had sort of half opportunity and he took it and scored, so that's a massive momentum swinger, and it's definitely nice to see for forwards when you're sort of working hard on the rocks or whatever and you see Duhan run the length like that. It's a good feeling.
Finn spoke yesterday about how the team have got to a point where they don't see winning this fixture as obviously it's a special thing to do, but it's not making or breaking a season as it might have done in the past. Was that reflected maybe in the almost the lack of celebration you saw after it? Those bigger things to play for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course. It's still the middle of the championship. We're delighted to get that win, and it's a Calcutta Cup. I'm definitely delighted after that. But it's my first Calcutta. Well, so personally, I can only speak for how I'm feeling. I'm delighted after that game because it's the first Calcutta Cup that I've played in, and I thought the atmosphere was outstanding today, and just going to enjoy it tonight, I think, because if you don't, then you can you have to enjoy it and then put it to bed, and then we can come back in whenever we come back in and really get after the Italy game.
Can I done what you wanted to though in terms of putting yourself in a position that rounds 4 and 5 you've got something substantial to play for now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's obviously the mindset. I think we've got to take it. I know it's a cliche, but one game at a time. Like I said, enjoy tonight, but when the time comes, I think we'll look much further than Italy away, because that's obviously a tough fixture.
Thank you.
I think it probably feels that for us older people and people that have supported the team for a while, but Rory's first Calcutta Cup, and he comes away with a win, and there's other guys that have just been involved in wins the last 3 years. So yeah, it is a great period because this game means so much more than just the one-off fixture. So I'm just so glad we managed to get the win again today. Was it 3 run-ins he had? Yeah, he was great. I think the try that the breakthrough try, we went down the wing, made a big difference. The first try was exceptional play with Sione and Hugh Jones to keep the ball alive, and I think that was probably the first time we'd really had an attacking platform in England's half, so that was needed. The second one was a big momentum swinger. I think the crowd realised that too, and then obviously the third one, Finn's kick, a good bounce for us, and Duhan to finish was great to see.
It's kind of lack of drama there compared to some of the experiences we've had in recent weeks. I mean, that must be quite pleasing that you kind of got yourself ahead and you kept in control. Yeah,
yes and no. I think it's great that we got the win. To score 30 points in this fixture shows what this team is capable of. I thought the bench did really well, but I still felt there was missed opportunities out there in that final 20 minutes, and perhaps that was because we were heading the scoreboard and we looked just to relieve pressure and kick and back our defence. But that's what we'll be working on. If we're ahead against teams, let's take the opportunities if they're there. But I'm so proud of the effort. So and obviously to deny England a bonus point was also good too. So yeah, I think there's there's more that we have to bring out in the next two fixtures. We've got 2 away fixtures now, and they're going to be very, very tough. But we'll go to Italy with confidence.
And that must feel like a step forward for France and the Wales team.
Again, yes and no. Like, there was a lot of positives in both those games. Today we were behind for 15 minutes. We didn't play very well at all. France, we were ahead until the last 10 minutes, and likewise in Wales. So every game's different. It tells its own story. You have to problem solve, work out what you need to improve, but also what the opposition are giving you. I thought England were hugely competitive today. I thought they started with an intensity in their defence, but also in how they were clearing contact. They were getting quick ball, and then they obviously scored 10 points. But they kept competing hard at the breakdown, at the set piece. So a lot of credit goes to our forwards to being strong at the set piece. I didn't feel we were getting the rub of the green with the referee at scrum, but we kept that pressure on, and we kept that belief in our line out maul and our line out execution, and also scrum, and that kept us out ahead. England are a very good team with a strong pack. So while it wasn't, I don't know, the cleanest of games at times, it was really intense. It was a proper Calcutta Cup fixture. Yeah, Cam was outstanding. I think straight away he had carried the ball into heavy traffic, and 5 yards later he was almost through. It was actually made for him, like a blitz defence. Allows people that have got good footwork to maybe get behind the defence. So we're excited to get Cam on the field, and he's obviously got a strong jackal presence. Probably didn't think he'd get onto that stage, but Sione picked up a knee injury. I think it's a medial knee. Felt he could run it off. He did in the first half, and then obviously as soon as he got out in the second half, this isn't going to work. So really pleased for Cam to be in another Calcutta Cup victory.
Gregor, you said last year after Doohan's tried tricking him, it was like watching him on the Jonah Lomu rugby game. What were you thinking when he was tearing down the wing?
That he doesn't step into touch. I think he was just teasing with us. He was very close, and even when he finished his try. But I think that ability to back yourself too. I think he could easily have seen to have to slow down and try and step someone and use his power, or I'm just going for it here. That was great. And there's a risk and reward to that. If you go for it and get tackled, you're in touch. But he just had enough pace to get there. So we're delighted. I'm sure there'll be footage of us jumping up and down the coaching box.
He's only one short of the ultimate tries, and
Is he?
do that out there, a remarkable season.
Yeah, and like he's got a lot of rugby ahead of him. Darcy Graham too, who's up in those try scoring numbers, has got a lot of rugby ahead of him. And the threat that we have out wide, with Kyle Steyn, with other guys that have played for us, does put teams under pressure. They can't just focus on our midfield, and there will be space somewhere in our rugby field, and I'm glad Doohan found it today.
First time in Scotland has ever scored a hat-trick in the Cup. I mean, is there a sense of appreciation among the players as to what they've actually achieved today, and specifically what Doohan's achieved today?
I don't know. I think it's a team sport, and Doohan, two of his tries were created by others. It is a great achievement. Doohan's actually very humble. I was praising him for the tackle. I thought it was the best tackle I've seen from him, and how that even went to report. I don't know what game we're watching now. A very good tackle that actually could be a red card, which just seems crazy. So yeah, he did a lot of work in the France game with no reward. Today that work brought him reward. And in terms of the achievement, I think we win this game for each other, but also for our supporters. So we won't look past that. Yeah, and to be fair, down in Cardiff, they made a big impact too when the momentum was going Wales's way. And I know I probably or should have brought the bench on against France when we were ahead, but guys that are on one or two cap, and Alec Hebber and Elliot Miller-Mills did really well. I thought Andy Christie was outstanding. Ewan Ashman too, against a very competitive line out with his carrying, and we mentioned Cam. I thought George Horn also added pace, and I will comment on one of the bench players for England, because I thought he was very good. I'm not going to pronounce his name, but the winger, I thought he was a real threat. And that's rugby now. It's a 23-man game. Even if you're ahead and the players are playing well, the energy that those 6 to 8 players can bring can really help you get through that last quarter, and they did today.
No, it's a team performance, but where does that rank for you, Doohan's performance today, in terms of individual performances in a Calcutta Cup game for Scotland?
Okay, I think I'll have to look at it. I can see you want to write an article on Doohan's performance. Scoring 3 tries is an amazing achievement. I don't think it'll beat last year though. Like Doohan's 2 tries were amazing, and yeah, he scored 3 years ago as well, didn't he? So he's obviously thrives in this fixture, and we're delighted that he was available today. Yeah, I thought their attack was good. I think they put us on a lot of pressure in the first quarter today, and at other times. Our defence is up there with one of the best defences in the world in terms of stats, and the effort that we put in. I thought we grew in defence because the first half they were getting quick ball, and that second half we managed to hold up on a couple of occasions, got a couple of jackals and rips too. So I think England have got a very good attack, and obviously they've got a very aggressive way of playing through their defence and through the amount of bodies they put in contact. So that's going to create opportunities for the attack as well when they can get turnover ball.
The decision to take the points when the penalties came, did that come from you, or was that the players, and is that something that was a kind of learning from the France game?
No, not really. I think the France game was a unique situation where they'd had a yellow card and we'd won a couple of penalties and we went for a scrum that we believe should have been a penalty to us. But it's very similar to what we did against Wales. Now, if the points are there, especially within a good kicking range and the context of the game, we look to take them. And Finn, I have to say, his goal kicking has been very, very good throughout the championship, and that's really down to him. He hasn't kicked all that much for Bath, and he'll admit that he wasn't in the best kicking form there, but over the last few weeks he's last one to leave the training field, and obviously there's a technical element of goal kicking, but there's also the mental side which he delivered hugely today.
Xander seemed pretty confused when he went off for the HIA. Was that to do with mouthguard again?
Yes, it was, and it was like I saw the tackle again, just a normal tackle. I think we have to really watch what we're doing here. Like, trust in technology that's not been proven. It's like what we've been doing over the last few years is making sure that any symptoms that are seen by a number of people can flag up whether someone goes off for an HIA. Now, if the technology is shown today that it was an HIA, that led to concussion. Is it something that we really want to be doing in case that's proven? Like Xander's taken off for 10 minutes after what looks like a normal tackle, but there was a spike on alert from the mouthguard. So yeah, I know Super Rugby, there was a couple of alerts over the weekend that players were saying nothing's wrong here, I've just made a tackle. So yeah, I think we just got to watch that, because you don't want to be taking, like, obviously for our case, our best players off the field for 10 minutes if there's no issues around concussion. We want to protect our players, and that's for certain, but I think there's a bit more work to do before this technology is correct.
So it's been rushed a little bit, Gregor, because we've also seen the players speaking about this through the week.
Yeah, well, it's a new thing in the Six Nations. It's obviously not been used at club level, but prior to the Six Nations, so I'd hope they'd learn from today's incident. Obviously, George Turner went off for 10 minutes the previous game, and make sure it's close to as accurate as possible. That's what we want here. We have got lots of eyes watching people, and players now are very good at saying, yeah, I've had a head injury there, I need to go off. The teammates are very good at it, so yeah, I think we just need to do a bit more work here before we move on. I'd like to move on. Any more questions?